Okay, good morning, everybody. Now, I better get my clicker, because last time I was here, I forgot all about it. And I probably have to put on the glasses to see my notes, so I won't look as glamorous. I'm absolutely honoured to be here, just to be doing this little slot. And to me, it's one of the real gems of what this business is about. But 4.5 years ago, I joined this company. And if you're sitting here for the first time, just remember that you don't need to know anything about it. I knew nothing about the products. I knew nothing about the business. I had never any intention of ever having a business for myself. I was just curious because somebody had invited me to attend. What it has done for me in 4.5 years, I couldn't possibly synopsize in the short time that's here. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're here, just sign the form, buy the box, and just get started, because I'll guarantee you it'll change your life. Okay. So, also, I'm absolutely honoured. 4.5 years down the road, and I'm standing on the stage with the giants in this industry. Bernie Allen, who's just introduced me. Marion Fitzgerald, who's #1 in Ireland. Natalie Healy, who's #1 in England. Ciara Pawley, who's an up-and-coming star in the Irish business. And all of you guys that have crossed this stage here, each and every one of you have the potential to do that. So believe me, your life can be transformed. So what I'm here to talk to you about is 50 Club. Okay, so for me, it never ceased to amaze me how Forever incentivize us to simply do our business. I mean, where do you get it? Where do you walk into work in the morning to tell you, look, I'm going to give you a ticket to a free train, I'm going to give you a lovely suitcase, I'm going to give you a little trip abroad, whatever, just for doing your job. You just don't get it. And this incentive for me is one that very much goes under the radar for a lot of people. But for me, it's one of the key incentives that we should be focusing on. And it doesn't matter if you're only joining the business today, this is one you should aim for fairly quickly. It's not a shiny one. It's not dazzling like the big trips or like the chairman's bonus or anything like that. It's just a very basic incentive, but it can give you the grounding for every single one of the other incentives. So when we come into the business, the first thing we look at is simple success principles. Now, there are tons of principles. I'm going to focus on 3 today. And honestly, when I put these slides together, I thought, oh, they're a bit boring. I don't know if they're going to work. But in actual fact, everything that's in them has just been actually shown to you on stage today. So the first one is about setting clear, concise goals. And your very first goal when you come in here should be 4cc active, what you're after seeing all those girls and guys get rewarded for. And when we talk about CCs, that's basically just the internal currency for Forever. Because how can they compare my business in euros to Stephanie's in Australian dollars to maybe Li Zhang over in Japan who's operating in yens? They do it by their internal currency of CCs. That's all this is, so don't get confused about it. And when we set a clear goal, we know what we're working towards. The second one is about developing good habits. Again, it's been about being consistent in your business, working on your mindset, doing the things that your mentor or the people that you see crossing stage here will advise you to do, the little activities you need to do, the tiny little things every single day that you need to do just to build this business. And one of them, the core one, is that 4cc, being 4cc active. Because at the end of the day, that'll give you that little bit of money that you might have come into this business to get. And the last one to me is consistency. It's about being consistent every single day, touching your business every single day. You saw there, Joy did a wonderful lifestyle slot. Can't see you, Joy, but wherever you are, really lovely. But it showed about consistency. When she hit manager, then she didn't remain consistent, and you saw how her business dipped. Okay, so there are 3 success habits that you've all seen today on stage. And then you get all these little recognitions. You've people who are only 2 months in the business and they've been recognised on stage already. So when you look at what this company give you in recognition, they reward you by giving you a little pat on the back every single step of the way, right from the word go. The next thing we look at is Forever's marketing plan. Now, when we look at that plan, that can be very confusing when you first come into the business because there's so many figures, there's so many different titles. You know, you've assistant supervisor, assistant manager, manager, and then you've all these percentages. When I looked at that first time, I was absolutely bamboozled by it. Couldn't understand it at all. Took me a while to get my head around it. But this is basically what it is. The marketing plan is simply a stairwell. You literally step on the first step by buying the box, and then it's about focusing clearly just on the next step. Do it one step at a time. It's simply a stairway. And when you come on then, hello Antoinette, when you come on then, this is one of the slides that James Kiernan used last month to tell you about the fantastic change in the policy, the 4-month-to-manager policy. When Joy did it, excuse me, she had to do 120 cc's over 4 months. So that's why you had that big, huge spike and then the huge dip. Now this amazing policy they've introduced is making it so much easier that in 3 to 4 consecutive months, you can actually reach manager. So you're building a solid, stable, steady business. So why aim for manager? Because you suddenly open up into Rex's Jewel Box, the biggies, the Manager Summit, the Car Plan, the Eagle Manager, the Global Rally, the Chairman's Bonus, and above all, money. Loads of money, more money coming when you start hitting manager and you start helping people to do the same and achieve their goals. You also end up buying your products at 48% discounted. So for any of you that are like me, that are absolute aloe junkies, that's what it allows you to do. So again, working towards manager is opening up all of what Forever can give you. But then we look at the Forever 50 Club. Now this incentive to me falls very naturally into the flow. When you come in, you learn to do your 4cc, you step up onto the stairwell and you start taking it step by step, and then you come to manager. So when you're coming to manager, then it opens up to all these fantastic jewels, but they can be very dazzling. For me, I didn't know where to go after I got manager. My business dipped as well because I had such a big glut to get to manager, and then I didn't know where to go. So what I would say to you is don't be dazzled by the jewels. They're all going to be there for you for whenever you want them. Look at building a sustainable, solid business, and this is what 50 Club does for you. So when you get there, because of the 4-month-to-manager plan, it's bringing you naturally and progressively into building a business. So you're building a more sustainable business rather than spiking and then maybe dropping off. For the 50 Club, what this basically is, it encourages you and your team to put through a minimum of 50 cc's every single month in open business. So what that means is, even if you're sitting in the room and only coming in here now, you can do this within 4, 5, 6 months, no problem, if you focus on it. Sign the form first. Do your 4cc and get used to the 4cc habit and make it absolutely non-negotiable to do your 4cc. Then aim for the 50 Club. Forget about all the titles on that stairwell. Just look at the 50 Club and look at building your business towards 50 and beyond. Because what that does is, when you're building your business, all of your personal CCs and all of your team CCs count towards the 50. So that's basically you plus 12 people doing 4cc. So the more people you talk to, you might only bring in 2 people, but you might encourage them to talk to 2, and they might talk to 2. So before you know it, you could easily have 12 people in your team, but you might have only brought in 2 people. So it's not about you having to go out and find 12. You just need to find 2 people and teach them how to do 4 and teach them how to duplicate so they do exactly the same. So with the 50 Club, it's open business. It's your personal CCs and everybody in your team that's doing it. If you have a manager leg, if you've been very successful and brought somebody through the plan with you to manager level, then it's all your CCs and your CCs outside of your manager leg. But the great thing about that for anybody that is building a business and has managers, if you're duplicating this, if you're teaching them to focus on the 50 Club as well, it's really, really going to build the volume in your business. And then Forever come along and give you a reward for literally just doing your job again. So for every incentive and for every step along the way, they'll reward you for simply doing your job. For going out and talking to people and having cups of coffee, going off on holidays and dropping a flyer somewhere to somebody. All of that is what this business is about, simply sharing amazing products and sharing an amazing opportunity. I've been very fortunate to reach level 2 in this. But my absolute goal now is, my 4cc is absolutely non-negotiable, as it should be for every single one of you once you commit to this business. And secondly, my next goal is 50cc all the time. Because I know if I concentrate on 50cc, that it's going to give me all the jewels that are in the box. It's going to give me car plan. It's going to give me Eagle Manager. It's going to give me my volume for global. It's going to give me my volume for chairman's bonus. But I'm going to duplicate that down to the team. So just to finish off, because I've just hit my time, with 50 Club, and I would urge you, focus on 50. Whether you're in the business 2-3 months, whether you're only joining, whether you're in it 3 or 4 years and it isn't working, switch off the big jewels, switch on to 50. Because if you focus on this, you learn how to do this and you duplicate this down in your team, you will achieve all of the jewels that are in Rex's little treasure trove, every single one of them. You set your clear, concise goal at 50. You develop the good habits, the 4cc and the duplication. Just teach others how to do that. Build consistently, and with that, what it will give you, it can make you manager quicker, because rather than being 3 to 4 months to manager, if you're really focused on doing 50, within 3 months you can be manager. It builds volume within your business so you can achieve all of those big jewels, because it's going to give you the CCs in your business to actually carry you through to getting the requirement, your volume requirement for Eagle, or your volume requirement to go to Global Rally, or your volume requirement to go on for chairmans or whatever. But it's also duplicating it in your team. And what it'll also do is it'll help you to break managers in your business quicker. It'll help you to help others to reach that manager level so they can actually all go after these fantastic opportunities that Forever offer as well. But more importantly for me, and I wear my little pin here, this little green pin, that's your 50 pin. I wear it with such pride, because it shows me I'm doing something right. It shows me, ordinary Finola Gallagher, that I can step up and become something so much more. I've grown so much with this company. I am now a successful entrepreneur with so much more success ahead of me if I choose to go after it. But it also shows me that I have an amazing little team who I've been able to teach and coach, and who work alongside me and support me as well. And I'm showing them how to duplicate what I'm doing. So with this incentive, above all, guys, focus on it. Go and find out about it. Ask your sponsor, ask your mentor. Go and look it up yourself, because what it will do, it'll build a stable, sustainable, and a progressive business. And what that means is you'll be in forever for a long, long time to come, enjoying all of those trips, all of those incentives that Forever offer, and all the new ones they're going to bring along all the time. So what I'm saying is you can achieve everything in time, but above all, build a solid business. Don't build a business that's going to rise and dip and fall. Build a business that's going to be around for a long time to come. Focus on your 4cc and focus on 50 Club, and everything else will open up to you. Okay, I hope that gave you something. Thank you.